It is officially summertime, which means that I have transitioned from my traditional blazers and jackets to my aloha shirts, or as I like to call them, my summer blazers. Why hello everyone and welcome back to SamCastGS. Again, I apologize for the lack of video last week. I had to get all the footage and the photos together and, you know, just have everything in one place. And I didn't have all the photos because Liz's camera on her phone is better than mine, so I had her take more pictures than I did, so I had to kind of figure out how to get those pictures to me, put them all in a folder, upload them. Well, I had to upload them onto the computer, then put them in a folder, and then I realized that I forgot to download the photos that I sent to myself through her phone, and then I had to go in and download those and upload them to transfer them to the YouTube channel folder. And you know, it's been a whole long process, but it's finally done, and I'm finally recording the video. And honestly, I would have started the recording earlier today, but I went for a run with Piper, and Piper rolled around in something gross and stinky, so I had to go ahead and give her a bath before I started the recording. The following footage contains dog nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. You enjoying your bath up? On to the main event. A couple weeks ago, I went to the Columbus Zoo with my lovely girlfriend Liz, and we had a grand old time, and I have lots of pictures to show for it. Very few videos because I'm an idiot and didn't think to actually record videos because that would be better, because there was a lot of stuff that happened that was really funny and really cool that I didn't actually get. And, you know, videos are generally more telling than photos, but I'll describe them as best I can. So here we go. We started up by going to the aquarium. I love aquariums. They're so freaking cool. And the fish are colorful and swimming around. There were some really big fish too. Unfortunately, I was an idiot and forgot to take pictures of them. This video is not off to a good start. But I do have pictures of the manatees. This one is called Stumpy. She's absolutely enormous. The reason she's called Stumpy is because unfortunately she was involved in a boating accident and her tail is kind of damaged and cut, but she is able to swim just fine. When I say swim, manatees are more like they just gently float through the water, like blub, 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 I'm a manatee. That's what's going through their head as they're floating along. Very few people know that. And then there were two little baby manatees. They were adorable. I apologize for the reflections in the glass. There were a lot of people right up against it. We saw penguins too, and I don't know how I lost the pictures for the penguins. I do have this picture though. It's the different kind of penguins lined up from smallest to biggest. And if you remember the penguin videos, you'll recognize some of them. There's the rockhopper penguin, which I accidentally called Rockefeller penguin in my penguin video, which is really embarrassing. Then the chin strap. I talked about the chin strap. The royal penguin, the gentoo penguin, king penguin, emperor penguin, macaroni penguin is really funny. It looks like he has macaroni hair. Look at it. All kinds of penguins. Who doesn't love penguins? The answer is nobody, unless you are afraid of being watched by them. We went to an aviary, which was fun. We saw lots of birdies. Like this one. This one was crawling along the bars as it was trying to get to its food bowl here. He's like, nom, nom, nom. Here's another bird who looks very grumpy. He's just kind of sitting there like, what are you looking at? This is one of my favorite pictures because he's just like, brr, on the branch. It looks like he just sat on the branch. It was like, brr, because he's a tubby bird and he's adorable, but also very colorful and pretty. Honestly, I'm missing pictures from some of the really cool exhibits, and I apologize for that, but I did get a picture of a Komodo dragon from 2 angles. This is another one that was looking at us like, yeah, just go ahead, take your picture from behind the glass where you're safe. For now. Seriously, he did not take his eyes off us the entire time we were there. Those things are real big, but not as big as this anaconda just curled up in his pool. I had Liz stand next to it to show just how big this anaconda was. Speaking of which, Liz thinks snakes are adorable. I did not know that about her until we went to the reptile exhibit. Liz's affection for snakes was also confirmed when we went to Fort Benjamin Harrison and we were hiking. Suddenly she stops and says, "Snake!" Like, what? And I look down and there's a big snake just right next to the trail, just waiting for us to pass.
Kind of like a garter snake, but then it looks like it might have a little bit of a pattern on it.
Oh, he's on the move.
Aww. You shedding just a tiny bit?
That is cool.
It looks like it didn't get its last layer of skin off entirely. It's tiny bit of his tail.
Or maybe he's just experimenting with highlights. It's always cool to see snakes in action, like slithering around actively, and we saw a lot of them at the zoo, but once again, didn't get footage of that. She also really likes turtles, like this goofy looking one. It's a snake neck turtle. When we first approached the tank, he was just kind of swimming around the bottom, and then he looked up, saw Liz, and was like, "Ha! People, look at me, I have a silly neck, look at me. We also saw otters. Otters are so cute. One of them was just kind of digging around while the other ones were trying to sleep. They're like, Harry, what are you doing? We also saw these really cute little flying tree mouse thingies. They are so cute and fluffy, and their eyes are so big, and they were so quick. I'm impressed that Liz was even able to get a picture of it. We also saw the gorillas, and this was the biggest missed opportunity for video footage in the entire trip because there were baby gorillas playing around with the big gorillas inside. Look how small he is! Or she, I don't really know. But they were running around and playing, and it was so cute, and I just wish that I got video footage. And then at the end of the day, we went on a dinosaur safari. We're on a dinosaur boat safari thing. She's making silly faces. Look at the dinosaurs.
The gibbon that's in the background.
Oh yeah. Those monkeys. If you're not familiar, the Columbus Zoo has this river ride thing. It's kind of slow. It really is just like a safari boat, but they have a whole bunch of animatronic dinosaurs everywhere. I took a few pictures while we were out there, like this Gigantosaurus. I mean, it is friggin' huge. Look how big those teeth are. And in case you were wondering, yes, I did get footage of the T-Rex. There he is. Wow. There he is. The king.
T-Rex.
Whoa. There were also some notably less intimidating parts of the whole journey through the dinosaur area. Like this doofy looking guy just poking his head out of a tent like ow, 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 ow. Couple rapid fire pictures because I do want to get to the dinosaur of the day. Here's some bats. We got a picture of a tiger. Here's a picture of a box turtle trying desperately to get up onto a log. He was like, I can do it. He couldn't do it. He fell over. He got himself back up, but it was just like, oh god. And here's some more dinosaur pictures. And with that, since I have spent a lot of time talking, let's move on to the dinosaur of the day. Huayangosaurus. It's a very complex, crazy name, also known as Huayang reptile. Ornithicia, Theriophora, that's a new one, and Stegosauridae. We all know the stegosaurs. Of the numerous fascinating and mysterious dinosaur fossils unearthed in Asia, that explains the Huayang, many have been found in mainland China in recent years. Well, recent in terms of when it was published in 1993. One fascinating find was Huayangosaurus, first described in 1982. This stegosaur had the typical body plan of its suborder, but had one unusual feature. While other stegosaurs had toothless beaks, Huayangosaurus had weak teeth in the front of its mouth. Interesting. Paleontologists believe that Huayangosaurus may have been an early primitive stegosaur, and that the toothless beak of later stegosaurs was an evolutionary adaptation. Like its descendants, Huayangosaurus probably spent the vast majority of its time on four legs, perhaps rising onto its hind limbs to browse on succulent vegetation. Physically, it was 13 feet long. It's a small stegosaur, apparently. We'll get to Stegosaurus and figure out how long that is. It had a thick body, a tiny head, plates and spines running along its back and tail. Fossil sites are in Shaanxi, China, and the geologic age Middle Jurassic. I don't think we've had a lot of middle, so it's usually late. Yeah, all the lates, but this one is right smack dab in the middle. And so that is the dinosaur of the day. I know we kind of sped through that one, but the next one is Hypacrosaurus, a very high-ridged reptile. And with that, thanks for tuning in. If you would like to subscribe or like or comment, you're more than welcome to do any of those things. I have a link to my channel in the description as always. Also, if you do subscribe, make sure you hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when I make more videos, which will be more frequent now that I have a bit more free time. Stop flickering. We're almost there. Come on. There's also a link to the Facebook page for the channel. I post all the major updates there, so make sure you check that out as well. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Keep on cruising, my friends. Goodbye.